Hey guys, and welcome back to a very rushed, but probably still long, Let's Talk. Yeah, I don't got a lot of time right now. It's actually really late and I gotta get to sleep because shit's happening. But anyways, regardless, there's so much stuff I wanted to talk about. In the last 4 weeks, first of all, we reached 10,000 people. 10,000 people subscribed to my channel. I think that's bonkers insanity. The reason why I didn't make an update as soon as it happened is because, again, this is always like our home base kind of video where we always come back to talk about things that are not necessarily like Let's Plays or just kind of videos of us jumping back into the mix. So yeah, this is kind of like the place to do it, I think. But last week I had, again, basically I got caught up with too many videos, and instead of making the video, I thought I'd edit more, and I didn't make the video. So we have just a lot to talk about here, which I'm going to be trying to gun through. First of all, again, to summarize my thoughts on 10,000 subscribers, never honestly thought I'd get there. It's beyond amazing. This last year has been insanity. Like, again, I told you guys once before, it took me 3 years, or 2 years, I think, 2.5 years, just to get 100 subscribers, and I wasn't uploading that different content then. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, my appearance, the reason why I look so shit is because I just finished my workout and I thought maybe I could get in here and quickly cover this. Maybe I look disgusting and I'm greasy or whatever. Apologies. Really sorry about that. But again, I'm pinched for time. But, yeah, so again, blown away at that. Again, I can't say any more than thank you, and I'll do my best to earn that number, I guess. Which is impossible for me because I never feel like I can earn it. But that's the point. You're always supposed to set high expectations for yourself, and then they're so high you never achieve them. Anyways, moving on. Also, I'm pretty happy I actually did this because there was a lot of stuff that was absolutely hype for me for a long time. So, like, me working out, I destroyed my body, and now I'm just super tired. So I'm less like, But anyways, the first thing first that we're going to be talking about, also, let me preface this whole video by saying I apologize if I'm just off a little bit, because again, like, I just messed up some words there, and I don't want to have to re-say them. So just be gentle with me this one time, please. You guys are always great. I don't know why I said this one time. Anyways, let's talk about Destiny. Holy shit, I watched the live stream, was blown away. For those guys who do not know, I am a massive fan of the game. If you guys don't know, it was actually the first thing that gave me my boost, I guess, on YouTube. It was the thing that got me to, I think, 100,000 subscribers and etc. and like actual views coming in, and I was like, what? What is this? And I also love the game to tears. I've dumped disgusting hours into the game. And I even went as far as to try to be the infotainment Destiny update channel, like the more console, basically. If you guys know the community, you know him. But yeah, I tried that and didn't prevail because I got really discouraged because I seen like 7,000 people upload updates of the update, talking about the update, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to add to this. And yeah, it just wasn't working out as well. But, I still love the game and still made videos for it. I'm sure if you guys been there for a bit, you know that. But I have, and I absolutely love the game. I love its even the things that people hate about it, like it's like, oh, it's repetitive. I think it's fun. It's always a game that I can play in the background of a podcast. With that being said, the Taken King changed that drastically in terms of they're being more than just that. Like, they're just being more than just a random, fun, really top-notch shooter to go back to. And the Taken King made it like a whole new, like, oh, the story's actually pretty fucking sweet. Awesome. Anyways, enough talking about the past. Let's talk about the future. Destiny 2. Holy shit. Okay, the workout didn't destroy my hype. I'm still really excited. Again, I'm not one of those people that don't level their expectations, though. Like, as much as I am absolutely excited, I'm still going in there with, like, low expectations, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm hyped, but I'm still not expecting the impossible. Like, anyways. There is some bummer things, like I won't be having 60 frames per second on console, which is crap, but I'm going to be playing it on PC, I think, just because looking at the gameplay of it, it was just so good on PC. The first intro cinematic that they showed, that was on PC. The graphics, when you use a power, like, it atomizes and you see the flares. Oh, so cool. My voice. Anyways, but PC also got knocked in the balls, maybe. People are speculating and kind of leaning on the delay. The PC is going to be delayed. So if you're going to get on PC, you're going to have to play it. I hope it's no more than a week, dude. Even that's shit, though. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a month, that's fucking ass. And I could kind of see them doing that because, I mean, it's kind of like that mentality of like, well, if you release it on our console, the PS4 or Xbox or whatever, people are probably going to see gameplay and just say, I'll just buy it on PS4 and then get it on PC when I can. And I could see kind of Sony doing that, just being like, hey, we've supported you for a while. Hey, do this for us. I really hope it's not the case. So I really want to just jump on. As of Bungie, I don't think they want that either. I think they want the PC release to be ready so that everyone gets to experience their game all at once. And there's the peak is just going to be that much more if that happens. But God, I don't know. But the other thing is. So Destiny 2, there's plenty of gameplays out there. The best gameplay that I've seen thus far, not the best, I shouldn't say that, the best analysis or talking of the game is by a YouTuber I really enjoy. I've talked about him many a times. His name is Mr. Fruit, fucking goddamn, Mr. Fruit. He essentially made videos that gave me answers that I didn't even know I had yet. And not the way you think. Like that's what I mean. Like I immediately watched like all the other people in the community's videos about covering the event and etc. And everyone just bullet point after bullet point starts throwing information at you that you've heard 10,000 times. But in Mr. Fruit's videos, the ones he made, he talked about the feeling of the game, what it felt like to him, what was changed, what was like the nuances that he noticed. And that was really cool to me because again, no one else did that. No one was like, hey, all the guns sound a lot more bassier. The weapon damage has been decreased, but precision damage has been slightly increased, or it just matters more now. So precision kills are like massively rewarded, or precision hits, I should say, are massively rewarded. Stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. And he explained things. He wasn't just like, here's the info. He was like, here's the info and here's why it is like this. And I'm like, hell yeah, thank you. So that was really, really cool. I would highly suggest go watching his videos. Again, not to shit on any other Destiny creators. I'm just saying for me, he gave me something that others didn't give me. Like just again, bullet point after bullet point. Got it. Okay, but how was it? Like, did you enjoy it? Oh, it was awesome. It's like, fucking goddamn. Anyways, back to what I was getting at. Did you enjoy the game? It was awesome. Okay. Like that was it. Like you want more. And again, what he said in the video to summarize, was he said the weapons sound a little more bassier, or at least no, I think I heard that on a live stream. But anyways, to me, my perceptions of it is the weapons sound more bassier. The world and even in like the darker, gloomier parts of Destiny 2, like the running through like the caverns and etc., it still looks like a dream. Like I'm not trying to be weird. It looks like it has bloom. Like if you've ever seen like a dream sequence or whatever the hell in any video game, it's like super bright and kind of like saturated and it has a lot of bloom. And it's like floaty almost, like everything looks kind of overly saturated and etc. I love that, especially in the multiplayer match that everyone got to play in. It's so weird. It looks like Overwatch. Like Overwatch is a good example. It's like that bright bloom that some places in Overwatch have. Other places don't. I'm assuming Destiny's gonna be the same way. Dark places are gonna be not as bloomy as the bright ones. But yeah, I don't want this to go on too long, but I'm massively excited for all the changes, honestly. Everything. I'm one of those people that I love Destiny 1 with a passion. And I am excited with the little changes that they've made. Like I know some people are like, it's bullshit because X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. People are just really somewhat unhappy about like certain changes, like the fact that the heavy weapon slot is now like your normal sniper, fusion rifle, shotgun slot. So I get that, but to me it's also kind of like it's we haven't even played with it yet. Like that's everyone's fucking acting like the world's burning down, but I'm like, how do you know you're not going to enjoy it 10 times better? Honestly, as much as I like Gjallarhorn and rocket launchers and all that other stuff, which still exist, I think it's cool to have two gunslinging pistols. Like that's awesome to me. You can have two, unless I'm mistaken, but you can have two hand cannons, so you can like swap between a hand cannon that fires extremely quickly, like a fan the hammer kind of deal, and then switch to one that is high impact precision if you need to take down someone extremely fast. Awesome. Amazing. Also the subclasses. I'm so fucking amped for my hunter, because I'm a hunter, true and true. I'm not sure what you guys' class are, but mine's hunter. The hunter's bow staff madness is amazing to me, and of course he still has his gunslinger stuff, but to me, I really hope his other class, his void, isn't a shadow shot, but it's a spear. I think that's what it's going to be, because in the promotional trailer he had a spear, like which makes sense because hunters are damage dealers. They do mass burst damage at a thing. Like that makes sense. if it would be like a giant whodunk and like tons of health gone off a boss. Anyways, the new subclass for the Hunter is reminiscent of Blade Dancer, which is like this arc bladed weapon that you go to town with, except instead of a blade, it's a bow staff, and instead of you doing little baby stabs, he starts spinning around like as if he's a master bow staff user, getting such massive distance every time he takes a step. And it looks badass. And Arc starts just electrocuting all around him, so the AoE is bigger. It's not just like you have to precision hit someone, it's like the whole area around you is kind of like on fire, kind of like a ground slam by the Striker Titan's ground pound. It's kind of like that, except in the AoE. For me, I think that's what it looks like. I may be wrong, but I feel like that's what it looks like. Shit. So much to talk about with this. The weapons sound better. The world looks so beautiful in the game. I'm gonna be trying to get it on PC. I'm excited for the new subclasses. Some of the problems people were having were like, this is the same shit that everybody says, and it's so irritating because everyone's seen it coming. I think. Everyone's seen it coming that people were gonna say that Destiny 2 is another DLC. It's like another minor update to the game. And the same shit happened with Borderlands. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, people said the pre-sequel was like it should have been a DLC, but it's like, it's a fucking huge, it's a full campaign with a fuck ton of quests and a bunch of new weapons. Like, as much as it is kind of like the same gameplay format that you've been playing, which is fucking, it makes sense because it's a sequel, you fucking idiot. It's like, it makes no sense. Again, people's problems, it seems, are oftentimes like people wanted a brand new game, like a game where the guns felt different, like there was new shooting mechanics, you were in a completely different, like, oh no, you are in different environments, that makes no sense. And like, I don't know what people were expecting. Like, the things that made the game great, they're not gonna fucking throw it away, because they would lose half their they'd lose 90% of their player base if they did that to appease the 1%. So of course they're not gonna change everything about their game. Yeah, even people going as far as say there's like these tiny little nuances, I don't think is fair. I think it is I haven't gotten it yet, so let me calm down. But to me, from what I've seen, if it keeps this momentum of showing me the different worlds that I haven't seen, or like maps that put other maps to shame, like the one we've seen in the Crucible, the one that's like in the city, any city map in the first game is shit compared to that. I read a comment, a person saying it's impossible going back to play Destiny 1 after you've seen Destiny 2 because it just looks that different and good. I don't know. I'm not saying you shouldn't like feel a certain way or whatever, but to me it's kind of like a weird argument because of course when it's a sequel, they're going to make it similar to the first one. It's not a Prey. It's not a reimagining of the series. It's just refortifying what is good. And I'm not talking about a lot more things that I should be, like the fact that a lot of people are going to be able to experience raids because now there's clans, but also there's the ability for you to piggyback off a clan if they open up their party. There's the god damn it, there's so many things. There's a bunch of new world things. There's a full map instead of just a circle. So now we got these giant worlds to go play on, and hopefully with each DLC they'll increase the map a little bit. I think that'd be cool. Also, it's a new engine, so they're going to be able to update the game regularly now. At least people assume that is why, because it was a big thing with Bungie where they're like, this is our new engine, or our slightly modified engine, which is great because it's also made for the next generation of consoles, so we don't have anything holding us back, which is why the worlds look so beautiful. PC is looking out of this world, though. Anyways, I don't mean to be like PC master, right? But no, but I'm mad excited to play it on PC. Especially with clans and whatnot. Again, that was the one thing I had an issue with Destiny is like I still haven't played the last raid that they made for the DLC, whatever it was called. I'm sorry. I haven't played it yet because my raid team kind of disbanded at Taken King. And I was kind of like, god damn it, like I didn't get to experience that. But now with the changes that they've made, I'm like, oh, I think I can. I actually think I can experience that, which is an awesome feeling. And I have experienced raiding. It's one of the coolest feelings ever when you like overcome a challenge, especially if it's not known per se, because you have these memories of you guys doing the dumbest shit. Like you trying to figure out how to get to the next boss or the next encounter in a raid, and you're just trying the most dumb bullshit. It's, oh god, it creates memories, which is really cool. Anyways, So yeah, there's more stuff I could talk about. I could just sum it up by saying I am watching every single video I can see on it. I want to hear everyone's opinion, even if it's something I don't agree with. I love to hear it. Again, all the changes they've made to me, I'm kind of like welcome. The only thing we'll talk about this. One of the complaints I heard were people. This is something I wanted to make a video about and talk about because I felt like they were gonna do it just by seeing the first. Was it like the poster of it? I'm not sure what it was. But it showed in this poster, this promotional something, I don't know what it was, but it showed that the Hunter had a spear, and the Titan had a shield, and the Warlock had a sword. And the minute I seen that, I thought that they were going to refortify what your class means. So a Titan is going to be a tank. He's going to be able to take extreme damage, which in Destiny, none of them were basically that. Like, you had a bubble as a Titan, kind of tanky, I get. Like, none of it was really tanky. Like, you could just cut through that tank just as fast with a shotgun that you would with a what do you call it, a Warlock. Like, you could shoot him with a shotgun, boom. Shoot a Titan with a shotgun, he'd still fucking die in the same one shot. So there's that weird thing there in the old game where, again, it didn't really matter what you played as. Whatever super you liked more was kind of just what it was. But in the new game, when I seen that, the Titan having a shield and, the Hunter having a spear, to me that signified that the Hunter is now going to be what he should be, which is a very strict damage dealer, which is, he's the DPS in almost every game. The Hunter or the attacker is that. Which makes sense because it's a spear. It's a giant payout of damage, but he doesn't have any more. So he's got one giant hit. And then the Titan, having a shield, can take up damage. And then the Warlock, having a sword that we find out can actually, like, it makes fire streaks within the air that go forward and fuck shit up as if you were slicing. Anyways, it's crazy. As what I'm getting at is, the Warlock, by the way, he has utility. That's his thing. So he's not a tank, but he has like this, being able to buff damage, etc., being able to heal you. These are all abilities that he has now. So when I seen the gameplay, I was like, oh, it is doing that. It is doing exactly that. It's making, there's a reason why you're playing the characters you're playing. Oh, I like playing a tanky character. I like playing a damage dealer. I like playing a Warlock. But anyways, I seen the supers, in the gameplay trailer, and then immediately seen people talking about the Crucible and all that other stuff. People were talking about that Titan skating was gone, and that everything felt slower, which is awesome because it's going to make Destiny an esport, which is cool because I can't wait to see what people do with that, because again, it's a game that I think anyone can get into, and it's not really like toxic to a certain degree, like Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's fucking horrible. It's extremely toxic, but it is an esport. So I think it'd be great to see what happens when you take a positive-ish community, and then esport, and see if maybe it fucks the other one up. I don't know. But Titan skating is gone, and so many people are broken up about this, and I'm kind of up with there because I love Titan skating. It's like, well, not Titan skating, but Titan skating is awesome. As if you guys don't know what it is, if you jump rapidly in a certain direction with angling your character slightly, you'll go extremely fast. Now in Destiny 1, they kind of were like, okay, and it was awesome. Because again, it was weird because you were this big hulking thing that was just the fastest thing on the battlefield, which is cool, but not what is fair. So that's kind of where I'm at. As much as I like it, I understand why it's gone. I definitely think that they will have some armor piece, like an exotic, that gives you something like that. Maybe just a faster movement speed, or exactly what Titan skating was, which is jumping in a direction rapidly would activate like thrusters on your pants, and you'll move quicker in that direction. Like, I don't think they're gonna kill it completely, but I'm happy that it's gone. I'm not happy that it's gone, but I understand why. Is because, again, from the very beginning of the Taken King, Cade is very adamant about Titans being slow and Hunters being fast, and that's one of the draws to Hunters. It's like, we don't have that armor, so we can run really fast. And then Warlocks prioritize, knowledge, not necessarily strength, which I imagine Hunters do because they kill things. But anyways, moving on. So it makes sense that, this fit, slightly armored person that would run faster than the Warlock, etc. But anyways, so Hunters always have the highest agility, so it's kind of weird that the fucking tank thing, like the walking behemoth, can also move at the speed of light and beat the class that is supposed to be fast. So it's kind of like, again, I seen it coming because I seen them basically putting everything in its place. So if you're gonna play Hunter, you're gonna be fast. If you're gonna play Titan, you're gonna be tanky. If you're gonna play Warlock, you're gonna have all these utility options that no one else has. I really like that, honestly. As much as it's a tough pill to swallow, because again, we lose some of the things that we had, like Titan skating, we're also going to fit into a class. And there's going to be a reason why I want to make a Titan right out of the gate, or a Warlock as soon as I'm done making my Hunter, etc. There's going to be a reason why you'd want that, because maybe Titans are better for doing strikes, etc. Like, you can get by on certain characters, but there's going to be that one character that's perfect for doing it, which Titans very much were like the perfect subclass, at least when it comes to PvE. Even PvP, Sunbreaker's fucking wreck shop. I always hear people bitch about like how Titans aren't strong, and I'm like, I feel like they're the strongest. Like, they're the strongest. I see every streamer play them too, so I'm like, Anyways, we talked about Destiny. We talked about the 10k sub hype. Woo. Oh, okay. This is a side thing. This is a real quick side thing. I was watching a video by Achievement Hunter. I love them to tears, as well as Funhouse and almost everyone in the branch of Let's Play community. Anyways, they were talking about why Let's Plays don't do well on their channel, or not do well. That's not what they said. Basically, they were like, why do certain videos get views and don't, and etc. And they were listing reasons, like they don't get to it fast enough. You know, they don't get to the first part of the Let's Play, so no one watches it, etc. They were also talking about the fact that they talk over almost all the dialogue, so you can't really attain the story. So Telltale games are kind of off the thing. And then they went into saying, like, if you guys want to see a part 2 of a Let's Play we make, watch it, share it, do that kind of stuff. And to me, one of the problems they didn't mention that is a personal problem with me, with their Let's Plays and whatnot, is because that. If you guys do not know I can't say words, but if you guys do not know some other games, basically any game that comes out, they make like a part 1 and 2. Now, they'll always say at the end of those parts, like, hey, if you guys want to see a part 3 or a part 2, watch this one. You know, we're not going to make another one unless this one does well, which is fair. But I think that's the problem. I think that, and this is my humble opinion, I think that is what is making people not watch the Let's Play. Because I sure as hell am not going to watch a Let's Play, especially of a serious game or something like that, if you're not going to continue the Let's Play. Like, why would I watch part 1 and 2 if I'm never going to see what happens in 3 and 4 and 5? I'll just stop and go find a person that's going to complete the Let's Play. Like, if you're actually a person that watches gaming content, and Let's Plays and etc., you want to watch the experience. You want to go through the entire game with that person. Depending, of course. Prey is one of those examples. Like, again, I when Prey popped up, I was like, I'm not sure if I want to watch it. Because, again, I was almost sure that they weren't going to make a part 4 or 5 or 6 or etc. So I think that to me is the biggest problem with that, is like that, as much as it's fair for you to be like, hey, we need to meet a deadline, we need to get this thing to a certain amount of views, I also think that it kind of kicks them in the ass a little bit and does that to them. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but to me, that's what I kind of feel like when I'm clicking on one of their videos, is I'm like, well, I don't think you're going to finish it. So why would I watch part 1 if I know there's not going to be a part 2 or 3 or 4? Especially when it comes to games. Especially when it comes to a campaign of a game. You want to watch the campaign. And yeah. Again, I love them to tears. It's funny because they've also conditioned their audience, I think, to taking in contained videos. So like GTA does exceptionally well on their channel. Off Topic does really well too. So does what's the other one? Minecraft and all those other things. They do extremely well because they are contained within themselves. You don't need to see part 1 or 2 or etc. to get that. So also their audience knows what they're getting when they're going into that video. Whereas if you go to Prey part 1, you're gonna want part 2 and you're not gonna get that because you already know that they're not gonna make a part 3 and 4 and etc. You know they're not gonna. It's like getting invested in something that you know is gonna go nowhere. It's like, why would you do it? Yeah, so that's my perception of it. Is it correct? I have zero idea. It's just my thought. Again, they were pointing out things that I think were maybe the reason, and I was like, I think this is my reason why I'm kind of like distant on some of those videos. Also, when they're like an hour, it's like, if I'm gonna be here for an hour, I want to be here for fucking more than an hour. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna commit a lot. Like, anyways, that's kind of the only thing I wanted to talk about. Oh no, one more thing. In gaming news currently, people were speculating a couple weeks back. I'm late on this, but they were speculating that there was going to be a Far Cry Wild West, like a Far Cry Wild West game, which there were certain channels that I didn't appreciate their tone when talking about the Far Cry series, I don't know, but whatever. They were essentially saying stuff that made sense, like Red Dead Redemption sequel is going to come out this year. That's stupid as shit for them to do that. But the channel didn't do that. They made a bunch of half-witted jokes about like, hey, Far Cry being, what do you call it, a remake of the second one, or it didn't do well, but it did do well. Fuck it. Moving on. Basically, people were saying that there's going to be a Far Cry Wild West, which to me is the easiest pill to swallow. like the Far Cry formula is similar to Destiny in the sense that it doesn't like change the game completely, but it just adds to what you already know. So again, you still have a crazy amount of weapons to customize. You still have your stealth mechanics that are pretty fun. You still have your crazy ass villain that is likable or not likable depending on what you like. And you know, you got certain trademarks of the series like a bow, Native American bow, I mean, okay. You also have knives like a machete or a Bowie knife. You also have a Native American like hunting stealth. To me, there's like they're like, no shit, it's gonna end up there. It fits so perfectly into the time zone, especially with the gameplay that they already have. Like again, all you need to do is swap out the machete for a Bowie knife. All you need to do with guns, give me a 6-gun and give me the ability to slow down time. I'd be the happiest person on the planet. And yeah, as well as I love Western games like Red Dead Redemption, Gun. There was an older one that I forgot what the name of it was, but I love them all to tears. I think they're great. Call of Juarez, that was the one I think about. Anyways, shit, I'm starting to get like, I'm gonna faint. I've just worked out and I'm starting to come down from my body's like. But on the topic of them going up against Red Dead Redemption, I think, again, as everyone says, it's awful. Don't do it. You'll lose. No one is... fucking Rockstar has a trust with their player base, which I'm not sure is the most founded sometimes, but yeah. Actually, fuck that, that's founded. They update the game for free for the longest time. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Basically, they've earned the trust of their community, etc. People are gonna buy their games because they're great, they're huge, and etc. Not that Far Cry aren't those things, but just don't fight this battle. Please, Far Cry, don't fight this battle. But I do think if, I think if they're going to make that, it has to come out this year before Red Dead, because Red Dead will stay fucking strong for a long time. Especially now that they've, like, GTA being their, like, shit, or GTA Online being their, like, messy as it kind of was. It was nice, but it was slightly, like, when it first launched, the servers were shit. You could barely join GTA Online, etc. Rockstar has kind of refined that, I would hope. So, yeah, I really hope I want that. Like, if out of all the Far Cry games that I was pitched, or that were pitched in, like, this leaked document that happened a while back, that was the one where I was like, that. Hell yeah. I would love to play that in that, because it makes the most sense. I think in even Far Cry, there's a way to tag people or etc. Why not just introduce Eagle Vision into that? And we could play, like, a maybe assassin, but then we get confirmed that it is the assassin. Oh, also, there was news that maybe, instead of all that, Voss, we will be playing Voss in number 3 at some point. Like, maybe he didn't die, or maybe what's his name left the place, and then Voss has to take it over again, and you get to live through his story. I don't know. That sounds awesome to me too. But again, I really think the Western would be awesome, because I was just thinking of, like, the weirdness of it, like what do you call it? A lot of people don't like. I heard people talking about this when it happened, and they were saying that Far Cry is not like, they don't go crazy with it when it comes to their guns. Yeah, they do. They go pretty fucking weird. You're able to carry, like, this huge LMG as if it's nothing. Like, I get what the people were talking about when they would have wanted something like that. Like, you want them to go bonkers. You want them to give you a golden gun that shoots, and if it shoots someone in the head, it, like, spawns something, something stupid, or maybe it explodes, maybe explosive rounds, like, something crazy. You'd want that from a Far Cry game, just another crank on the crazy notch. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I gotta end it because, yeah, I didn't want this to be long, and also I gotta use the washroom, and I'm just, oh my God, so many things. To wrap this up, thank you guys so much for 10K. I don't think I deserve it, but I will do my best to earn it. Secondly, I'm in love with everything Destiny. I think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. Cannot wait to play it. The Far Cry 4 Wild West I think would be the coolest shit ever, but please, Ubisoft, don't fucking go up against Red Dead. Thirdly, I might be live streaming at some point, so when I get that settled, I still don't know when I'm going to do that, because again, I've just been real busy about a bunch of shit. But anyways, yeah, I'll be trying to set that up at some point. Will it happen this weekend? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I gotta use the washroom, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching, as always. My name is Logan Andor Frost. There's a subscribe button above me, as well as 2 videos to my right, your left. Thank you guys so much for giving me a drop of your time, as well as supporting me here on YouTube and on Patreon. It means the world to me, and bye, guys.